The Predator was directed and co-written by Shane Black and stars Boyd Holbrook, Olivia Munn, Jacob Tremblay, Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Key, Thomas Jane, Alfie Allen, and Sterling K. Brown. Taking place in the modern day, a predator crash lands to Earth, which begins a new and evolved hunt, pitting soldier Quinn, played by Boyd Holbrook, and biologist Casey, played by Olivia Munn, against the enhanced extraterrestrial threat. I'd say the biggest question about the Predator is the fact that it exists. Do we need another Predator movie? The first one is great, the second is pretty crap. Everyone ignores the Alien vs. Predator movies, the last one particularly for good reason, and Predators is fine, it might be a little bit better than you remember. What else can you do with this story that hasn't been done? Shane Black's answer to that was to make it, more Shane Black-y, I guess. With a Shane Black movie, you usually get crazy twists, incredibly fast and funny dialogue, great relationships between two leads, and a darkly comical tone. How does all that fit into The Predator? It doesn't. Black is throwing everything into this movie that you can think of, and not one element works properly. His dark and subversive humor is scarce, the character relationships are thinner than baking paper, the action is woefully dull and hard to follow in most scenes, and there is little to distinguish The Predator from countless other half-baked stories. I mildly enjoyed these actors in their roles, but all of them are extremely talented in the first place, thus their thin characters are utter wastes of their talents. Olivia Munn is probably the only one who I thought had a few cool things to do, things that made me think, couldn't we just focus on her and pretty much cut out everyone else? None of them have a thing to offer in this mess, not even as over-the-top cannon fodder. Tremblay especially has so little to do with the story besides be lord of random exposition that you could have cut his character out, rewrote around it, and it becomes a much cleaner movie. I don't remember a single defining trait about anyone, so the question comes up again, what's the point? How The Predator treats both its audience and the franchise is quite appalling, and the most glaring problem among many. It takes the cool promise of more predator-on-predator action, or just humans against advanced predators, then chops up and tosses around every action scene until there's nothing else beyond sound and fury. Black treats the audience like idiots by never letting you see what could be cool action, and in the meantime overloads the Predator with terrible, mostly unfunny dialogue that melts your brain with just how many characters randomly explain things they have no possible way of knowing. There are a few moments where it gets really bloody, and in those moments I thought, okay, we're going somewhere, and then it just goes nowhere. It keeps constantly cutting away from the action or centering camera shots completely away from what we should be looking at. We are looking directly at the center of the screen, but the action is happening to the far left. And I keep thinking, that's not how you shoot action. And don't even get me started on what fresh retroactive hell Black and co-writer Fred Dekker cook up to create some bigger meaning of why predators keep coming to Earth. It's bullshit. The Predator is an utter letdown, even if you went in expecting nothing at all. It's incomprehensible, shot in an ugly, wet concrete visual style, features overwhelmingly poor effects, squanders an awesome cast, is edited horrendously, and constantly speeds ahead without good reason. By the final minutes, you realize there's no hope for the franchise left because Shane Black has milked out all he can with this shoulder cannon plasma caster sized misfire known as The Predator, and I'll say that The Predator is a D+.
Have a delightful summer.
So The Predator, have you seen it? What do you think about it? What do you think about this review? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want more Mr. Movies, click my channel link coming up in the center of the screen right now, and thanks for watching.